She mad. She's hot. Hot.
My grandkids too. So I'm gonna call her when I get there because I know she's gonna try to say no. We babysitters. How we babysitters? Ain't made $1. Ain't nobody helping pay for none of these rooms that we put them in. I'm upset. That's a good question. Why am I upset with the person who did the Q&A? Because why, if you his wife, why would you read that bullshit? Why you gonna instigate the bullshit? And then what was you looking for him to say when you said, but your kids is over there. You don't talk to her, but your kids is over there. What was you looking for my son to say? His kids can't come over here? I played that message for you 99 times for you to catch a hint, and you still ain't caught a hint. What my son say? He said, I had loved being over there with my mom, because when my mom's there, I get to be a kid again. A grown-ass man said this. Your husband said he loved when his mama there because he get to be a kid again. That means he had a great fucking life. That means he had a great fucking childhood. So now why would you ask questions from some strangers about why he letting his kids be over my house? Do you know that Jaden would not let her kids come over here if John told her not to? She would never disrespect him that way. Never, ever. Well, she'd suck it up. She'd call her mama. She'd call her sister. She got plenty of babysitters that charge her and everything, okay? She got plenty of babysitters, okay? But my son said when we left that courthouse, I made sure I heard it. Black heard it. Bodine heard it. Yes, my kids could go with my mama because he knew how they felt that day. And he knew that I was going to make sure that they didn't feel that no more. Okay? He knew Jaden was going to be down about having to raise her kids for a whole year by herself. And what did he say? He said, my kids could go with my mama. I made sure I heard it because I wouldn't take nobody's kids if they didn't want me to have them. I ain't that hard up for no kids. I done raised 3. And I got 8. I got 8 grandkids. I am not that hard up for nobody's kids, okay? Y'all see Andre and his wife don't let me get the kids, and what I do? I just send the money, send a gift, do what I do, okay? I'm not about to beg nobody. When Callie get mad and get in her mood and she say, my kids ain't coming over there, girl, do you think I call looking for them? No, I don't. Y'all got the wrong impression of me somewhere, somehow. But my job as mama, Madea, big mama, dumb mama, is to make sure that you can handle being around these kids so that I don't go to jail. Because I'm not trying to go to jail. Because if one of my grandkids was to ever call me on the phone and say you did something that you wasn't supposed to do, baby, you will never hear from me again. But you will see me. You will never hear from me, but you will see me. I just want to make that clear. And all the step parents, all the grandkids, all of them, they know. Call Big Mama. Okay? I'm going to pull up. I'm going to call the popo and tell them I'm coming. I'm going to tell them what I'm about to do. I'm going to tell them they don't need no judge or nothing, Jesus. Don't play with my grandkids. Okay? Now, y'all can play with my kids because they grown and they being hard-headed and they getting on my motherfucking nerves too. So y'all can play with them. And I didn't mean to say no cuss words because I know this is my sister Paige and she don't be wanting me to say no cuss words on her page. So I take that cuss word back. But my kids be getting on my nerves, and y'all can talk about them like a dog if y'all want to, because they talked about me like a dog, honey. So say what you want about them, but just don't play with these grandkids, okay? That's all I got to say. I'm pretty sure I touched on every topic. This was the best Q&A. This Q&A was far more worthy than that deflecting ass Q&A they gave y'all, okay? He know his mama. I raised him. I didn't raise Blue. Blue spent probably 6 months with his daddy once. And then a couple weekends here and there. Y'all know how it go. I was never, ever away from my child. Ever. Not ever. Now, he did do 6 months with my dad while I was trying to become an actress. And that didn't work out because my dad couldn't handle them. I went and got my kids and I brought them on back. But that's about it. They ain't never been in no foster care. I did 14 days in jail, but I made sure that the best person did the job. They ain't missed no school or nothing, Jesus, okay? But other than them 14 days in jail, and that time I let him go stay with his dad, and then he got over there and his dad only had one room and he wasn't feeling being in the same room with his dad, and he said he wasn't going back over there no more. But what I do, I still try to convince him to go over his daddy's house. Everybody not gonna have what your mama got. Okay, you still got to go see your dad, and I need a babysitter sometimes when I'm be trying to get my groove back. So you got to go over there and visit your dad sometime. But other than that, no ma'am, no foster. I ain't got no child abduction, child abuse, can't see your kid, none of that shit, none of it. Now, I beat Andre ass one time with a plastic hanger, and he did call them people on me, but when they came to my house, they left, and they told him, don't call us no more. You got too much happiness going on over here for you to be calling anybody about your ass getting whooped, okay? That's what they told him. I remember that Chinese man that came to my house. I got one felony in my life, and it was probably about how old is they? I got that felony about 30 years ago. And I'm going to tell you why I got that felony. Because somebody had on some cowboy boots and thought they was about to beat a slave. And I did handle my business, okay? You wasn't about to kick one of my kids with your cowboy boots and call him no nigga on Sunday, okay, baby? I knocked that kid into the middle of next week to get him up off my son. Yes, I did. And I took the charge, and they lowered it because they understood what was going on. And they lowered the charge to something else, misdemeanor. It wasn't no felony. But they knew, don't you play with my kids. And that's the only charge I got. The other charge I got was for beating up a lady who told my kids that I was gay. One of my friends took it upon herself to tell my kids was gay, and I didn't think my kids needed to know that I was gay. It wasn't their motherfucking business what I was doing with my vagina at night or my mouth, okay? I'm sorry. I know we on my sister page, y'all. We ain't supposed to be talking like that. So forgive me one more time. But those are the only charges I got. I promise you, with my right and my left hand to God, I got a charge for beating up one of my friends. I do. They called it a assault. And I got another charge for knocking a kid off my son. The neighbors came and got me and told me they was beating my son outside with some cowboy boots and calling him a nigger. And you know how I did from there, okay? So that's what my charges was. They 30 years old charges, okay? Them charges is 30 years ago. But I just let you know I'm not playing by my kids. I didn't run from the popo. I went down there and I told them exactly what I did. I came outside. I had a baby on my hip. I had one baby on my hip. Okay. I had Jonathan on my hip and I ran out, and the white boy was kicking Andre with the cowboy boots, twice his size, calling him a nigger. And I could hear it before I got there. And when I got there, I had the baby on my hip and I used my other hand and boom, I tried to knock him into the middle of next week. Now, I ain't saying that's right, and I don't suggest you do that, because at this point, I would not do that. I would have just broke it up and called the police. But, hey, you got what you get at 30 years old. I was like Rosa Parks. I didn't know, okay? And wasn't about to sit my ass on no bench. So that's the end of this Q&A. Do y'all have any questions for the Q&A? Don't you got something better to do? No, I am retired. And my grandbaby is in there taking a nap. And I waited specifically until she took her nap to get on here and address y'all. So I am a retired wife. I got all the motherfucking time in the world to be on the internet. But you don't. I have accomplished all my goals and my dreams. I wrote a book. I did a show. I hosted another show for some other people. I raised some successful kids that didn't turn out the best, but they still in the making. Okay, we ain't gonna rule them out. We can't count them out because they couldn't count me out. But baby, I got all the time in the world. Retired and successful, and I ain't got to do shit because my man got 2 jobs. Any more questions? I see why Blueface don't want anything to do with you. That sounds like a personal problem because he can't have too much to do with me from no sale. Now that's my son and I love him. But we don't give a fuck about what he got time or want to do. Okay? He is not the priority today. His children are. Any more questions? Okay? Because we're not about to sit here and talk about one of my kids that came out my ass that's sitting in no dusty, dirty ass jail cell. Okay? We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Okay? I got the baby in there taking a nap, so don't have me get too loud, okay? Because I will get loud. We seen them attend court, and his son visited him multiple times. Thank you, girl. He was at the court. He sure was. And remember, my dad almost had a heart attack because he didn't want him there. But that's okay. He was at the court, and after court, y'all can ask Jaden. My son said my kids could go with my mama, okay? 53 years old and invested in my kids' business. You goddamn right, because like I said, the grandkids is in there. What we gonna do at all costs is protect them. She using y'all for clout. That's okay. She could use us for clout. She got that baby over there she got to feed. She could use us. But don't be over there using us laughing because we divided right now. Don't be doing that. After how old is they? 28 years old. Do y'all know that we have only had one other time that Jonathan has ever in his 28 years of living where he disrespected me? Ask Jaden and ask any of his ex-girlfriends. Jonathan ain't never disrespect his mama growing up. Not never ever would he. So we gonna give him a pass. Protect them grandkids. Don't let nobody near them. You one of the realest women I want to know. Okay, girl? Because they don't be liking the truth. They don't be liking the truth. They like to end up on the news talking about, I thought he loved me. I thought she loved me. I ain't know she was going to beat my kids or do this to my kids. Like, girl, bye. Your sons don't like you. My sons or my daughter. None of them like me, but they kids love me. I don't give a fuck about none of them liking me. I'm not their little friends. Y'all are. I'm not their fans. I'm their biggest supporter. Okay? I am not their fans. You can't be a fan of somebody that came out your ass. It don't work like that. Y'all thought it did, but it don't. Y'all had it mixed up. Y'all had it misconstrued. That y'all thought I needed my son. I'm not the rapper mama that need her son, baby. And no offense to the ones that do. But my son, I had a house before he had a house. I had 2 pieces of property before he had property. He told y'all that already. You avoid any question or comment about your sons hating you. They didn't hate me last year. Did they hate me last year? Would y'all fans, the real fans, let them know? Did my son hate me last year when he was doing that interview? Not in jail, a free son talking about so proud of my mama. And when she at my house, I get to feel like a kid again. So what did he hate me then when he left them, did them interviews? Because I didn't even know about them interviews until y'all sent them to me. So I need to know, did my son hate me before he met these other people? Because I need to know, was he faking? I need to know, was the ninja faking when he begged me to come live at his house, okay? Our show only been out. How long the show been out, y'all? Not even 2 years. So if he hated me, why the hell he done been all on my show, taking pictures with my show, talking about he would love when his mama at his house, when he get to feel like a kid again. Girl, if you thought my sons hated me, you got something seriously wrong with yourself. Seriously wrong. Now, they might not like me, and I ain't they little friends. I don't give a fuck about none of my kids not liking me. They kids love me. Your kids hate you. Starting when? Last year when the motherfuckers went to jail? When? Bitch, when? Bitch, when? When he asked me to come open that damn restaurant, bitch, when? When did my kids hate me? When they graduated college and when they left my house? Or when they was calling me asking me for that goddamn studio money? Girl, bye. If he started hating me less than 2 years ago, that sounds like a personal problem to me. And he got to work with himself and Jesus on that. Because he wasn't a foster baby, honey. He wasn't a crack baby. His mama ain't never did no drugs. He ain't never been left nowhere. And nobody never did nothing to my child. So I can tell you right now, if he hate me, honey, that's a personal motherfucking problem that he got to figure out in that dusty, dirty ass cell. That ain't got shit to do with me. Okay? Why she have his kids if he hate her? Tell him again. If he hate me, why do I have the most important people in his life in my bed? That's a good ass question, honey, because she won't never have him in her bed. If he hate me, girl, bye. Ain't he the one told me to go over there and see her baby? And I went to see her baby, and what he say? Just bring the baby outside to her, because if your house dirty, she gonna talk about you. If he hate me, why he let me come over there and see your baby then? Didn't he let me go over there and see her baby too? Why would he like you when you all in dragging his baby? What? Didn't they drag mine? They dragging my baby, right? Y'all gonna stop today. This is the last day. While we got 300 million people on here, I want y'all to stop today thinking that I give a fuck whether my son talk to me or not. I don't give a merry motherfucker if he don't never talk to me from that jail cell, okay? I just want him to get out and do better and be better. They don't never gotta talk to me. None of them. It ain't gonna hurt none of my feelings. They still gonna drop their kids off. Didn't he drop his kids off while him and Jaden both dropped the kids off when they went over there to that casino and did that weekend rendezvous that y'all didn't know nothing about? Didn't they drop the kids off? And I didn't let him in. Ask Jaden. He sat in the motherfucking car. So there you go. I don't care if they don't talk to me. I don't call looking for them. I send them some scriptures to get their life right with Jesus, and that's it. He's been away over a year, so that don't count because he's under her control while she's paying. I mean, I don't know. I ain't never had no man in jail, so I wouldn't know what they sound like. Miss Carlissa, you think? He in jail. How can he do anything about that? How are you mad about questions his fan followers asked that he approved? He ain't approved no damn questions. Stop acting dumb. What you talking about? He ain't approved shit. He didn't even sound like he was ready for that question. That's why he deflected so damn hard. He sounded like his daddy when I used to catch his daddy. Just made up some shit. He just made up some shit on the fly. He didn't say what she wanted him to say. She wanted him to say, I'm going to call and tell them they can't see my kids no more. Because he knows if he call and tell me that, I won't. The boys don't have no respect for you. They don't have no respect for themselves. That's why they keep finding themselves in these dusty, dirty ass situations. How you gonna not have respect for me? I raised you. You don't have a choice. You wasn't a crack fiend, baby. And again, for the last and final time, I love my kids dearly, but I don't give no fucks about them not talking to me. They not my little friends, okay? You can't make it on your own. You got to use them. Somebody tell her that I raised them by myself. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. I wonder if her feelings hurt by the Q&A. Please answer that. My feelings was hurt because I still see somebody trying to divide and conquer. And there's too many kids involved. So that's why my feelings is hurt. That is somebody out there that still don't want my grandkids to have a nice, comfortable place to go to while their mom is working. You know what I'm saying? And they not working like, oh, go to work 9 to 5 daycare hours. They working like long hours, and you got to trust people with your kids to be spending nights and stuff. Like, why would you not want his kids where you know he was raised comfortably at? Why would you even think he would want that? That's loser mentality. Like, you don't really like my son. You just fake it. And I know it's hard to like him. I'm his mama, and I barely like him too. No, Jaden already said he did not know that they was about to ask nothing about where no kids was being watched at. That is not part of the deal. No, ma'am, he did not know nothing about that. That's why he wasn't prepared for a good answer, okay? He did a good job, though. I like the answer. The answer was on fucking point. The restaurant is not in any way, shape, or form doing numbers that we did. It's impossible. We had a liquor license. We had overnight activities. It's impossible to do the numbers that I did. He knows that. He knows that that's just, that for him is just a tax write-off, y'all. Do you speak to your mom? My mom let a man touch me when I was 12, so why would we be speaking? Why would we have anything to talk about? I have forgiven her, but she haven't forgiven herself. So whenever I talk about it, she's uncomfortable. Your husband is slow. My husband is helping y'all badass kids. My husband is a counselor to the youth. My husband spent time trying to rejuvenate y'all kids. I miss my husband all day because he be somewhere with y'all slow ass kids. Y'all could Google my husband's income. He real slow, but he make a lot of money. I ain't never been without medical or dental, and I ain't never seen a bill in my life. And I've been married 10 years. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't never seen a bill in my life. She's robbing Junior of having a loving relationship with his grandmother. Of all the grandparents, I mean, he probably got the kids got to have 4 grandparents. Not to have one spend time with you is crazy. I would be fighting for at least one. Jaden is a drunk. She need to be drunk right now, girl. She got free time and a free babysitter, and her kids is taking naps at their grandma's house right now. I'll be drunk too. Baby, I'll be drunk somewhere too. How is your bald spot? Well, thanks to Bree and these chemicals that she gave me, I have a full head of hair. But my hair only falls out when I'm stressed or worried about my kids. So it only falls out when I'm worried about my kids. When you have some grown kids, your hair gonna fall out too. But it wouldn't matter if I was skee ball to the bald head. God bless me with an amazing face. It wouldn't matter if I had no hair at all. Can we discuss the fact that he said he's closer to God? He's praying and able to focus. I didn't get to hear that part. Unfortunately, y'all didn't send me that part. But I mean, he was raised in the church, so I don't see how he wouldn't. He done read the Bible twice. He was raised in church. He was baptized at 12. So God wouldn't be, if he wasn't talking to God, he wouldn't be God wouldn't be who he said he was. God said that they won't depart. They'll come back home regardless. So Jonathan was in church every Sunday until he went to college. People not allowed to drink. Girl, when you got kids and you got time off, you better enjoy yourself, honey. Because raising 2 kids by yourself is not easy. It is not for the weak. What is this page? This is my sister page. So make sure y'all come back to this page so that y'all can get many, many blessings and lessons. Because if she pray for you, honey, you gonna be blessed. If I tell you the stuff that she done reversed and she done, you make sure you stay up on this page, honey. Because when you need to pray for one of your kids or yourself or your marriage or whatever the case may be, honey, she can get a word through for you. She needs the Bible. We sent him a Bible. Remember, we sent him a Bible. We sent him a book. But he's already read the Bible. Ask Jaden. They went to church every Sunday. John knows the Lord. And he knows that's why he's sitting there. And he knows when the Lord will set him free. God will help you with your mental health. Girl, if it wasn't for God, honey, this would be beyond mental health. This is not for the weak. I'm very triggered. I'm very triggered that I have grandkids that have parents that are being bullied into not, having the relationship with them. I'm very triggered because I never ever put nobody before my kids. No man ever came before my kids. No relationship. None of my parents. Nothing came before my kids. So yes, I am so triggered at them even being tested with something like this. Very triggered. I need prayer. This is the page. So if you DM her, I have heard a lot of y'all have been blessed by my sister. So I'm so proud of y'all and grateful. Maybe God work in mysterious ways. Maybe that's why I get to sneak on her page. I have heard some of y'all's blessings and stories, and she definitely knows how to pray. She is the one that's been helping me keep from flying off the deep end or the edge or wishing bad luck or consequences or karma. I don't want none of that for nobody. My sister is an amazing child of God, okay? She's not about to get on here and hope nobody die, hope nobody get no consequences. Like a woman of God to the core. She has helped me through this whole thing and all these triggers. But whenever I see anybody put people before their kids, it's the biggest trigger for me. I have canceled friends. If I see a friend of mine, put a man before her kid, we're no longer friends. It is the most ugliest thing that you could ever do. And that's probably because my mama put a man before me. So yes, it is my trigger and my trauma. It is my trigger and my trauma when a woman cannot put her kids first. That's just going to be a trauma for me. I've lost friends. We don't talk. We don't speak. They know why. Girl, you just let that man talk to your kid like that and you still cool with him? Yeah, no. Yes, we should have never, ever been a part of the Q&A. Me and Jaden, she already said we was using her for clout. Don't bring it up. We boring. We should have never been a part of the Q&A. It should have been you know what? I'm not asking any questions about them because this is my thing with him. And that's a problem for me because why are you answering questions on your Q&A about us? We're doing everything for him that nobody's doing. We're raising his kids while he's gone. We are literally bending over backwards trying to make sure his kids have everything they need while he's gone. So as a stepmother, you should be nothing but grateful and appreciative to us, the village, the team that's helping his kids while he's gone. Like, I could be one of them grandmas in the street getting my groove back. Out there hanging out, partying, and his kids not having a piece of sound mind, or, you know. Then y'all mad when I talk to the kids about them. We clout chasing if we talk to the kids about them. Like, y'all some serious ass. I don't even know what to call